beautiful, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video that's going to be such an exciting video. This is going to be the 1 palette 3 looks with the collaboration between me and Oden Cosmetics, which is the Hela palette. I'm so excited to be showing you some different options of what you could be doing with this palette, showing you the range that this palette has. And if you have not been here before, if this is your first video here, wow, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, especially indie brands and especially eyeshadow and especially colorful things, and I'm super excited to be showing you these colorful things today. And if you want to see some more color in your timeline, if you want to see some more makeup in your timeline, definitely don't forget to subscribe because I upload quite a lot of videos. If you missed the reveal yesterday, I will link the video down below where I am revealing this palette, swatching this palette, telling you all about this palette, like the story behind it, why we did it the way we did it, when it's releasing and all of that. I will put the release dates and like the prices and the times and all of that down below. But long story short, this is releasing on the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day, but it is releasing during early morning Swedish time. So I think it's going to be the 13th of February for like if you're living in the US like I am. But yeah, if you want to hear more about this palette, check out yesterday's video. But in today's video, I am going to do 3 different looks with this palette. I especially made it a point in this video to show you the range of this palette, because this palette, you can go berry, you can go pink, you can go yellow, you can go green, you can even go neutral, you can go smoky, you can go pastel. So many ways that you can use this palette. And in this video, I'm especially showing you 3 very distinctly different looks because I just want to show you the range. I just want to give you some inspiration of how you can use the palette and just showing that it's not a one-trick pony, because I have had so much fun like creating this palette, so much fun using this palette, and I just want to show you all of the different things that I've had in mind with this palette. And I will have more looks coming up as well, so don't think that these are the only looks. I also have created a playlist here on YouTube where I will be collecting looks that not only I do but also other people on YouTube do. So if you do end up getting this palette, you can refer back to that playlist and just get some inspiration of like what colors you can use together and how you can create different fun looks with this palette. But yeah, this is going to be 3 different looks. As I said, details are in the description box. But let's jump in. I am so excited to be here and be filming. I'm so excited. We are gonna start with Goddess, which is this like bright pink here, and then we're gonna do Soot, which is this like very like charcoal, like black and plum, and we are gonna do something really bright and pink. I might use the Hela one as well as like a blending out shade. Before you go in with your shadows, make sure that you blend out your primer. And I am using like it's a fluffy brush, but it's like a little like almost oval, so it's not like entirely round. And we are gonna do a halo eye because I want to use the double-sided, the multi-chrome in the middle. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we're here, that we're filming. This is the first look that I'm like officially filming with the palette, even though, I mean, obviously I've been wearing this palette quite a lot on my own, but I'm so excited to be filming. So I'm just putting some in the inner part and in the outer part. And that's why it's so nice to have a brush like this that's like a little rectangular. I don't think that's the proper name. Because then you can like really just put it here and just wiggle your brush and get it to be exactly the way you want it. And then without any additional product, I'm just blending a little bit on this edge. Small circular motions to get this edge to be a little bit softened, so that I have something like this. I will blend out the edges even more with some of the light pink, but I'll do that in the end. Now I'm going in with the color Soot, and I am putting that. You can see how absolutely wonderfully pigmented this shade is. It is literally a black and plum. It is just so beautiful. Oh. But yeah, I'm just putting some of that in the outer part of the lid and the inner part of the lid, just to make sure that I have the depth and the darkness like where I want it to be. And I will just gently do small circular motions to make this like blend out a little bit. And then I will go over the edges with the pink to make sure that it's like blended. Now that we've gotten to this point right here, I'm taking another small brush that with a little bit of the Hela shade, which is the pastel-y pink, and I'm just running ever so little on the edge, just blending this out. And I'm also gonna run this pastel-y shade in between here. You can see I haven't really had any of the other shades in between. I'm gonna put these same shades under my eyes as well, but I'm not gonna leave a gap like I did on the top side. I'm just gonna, like, you know, lose my top. Thank God we were zoomed in, but I'm just gonna use those shades under my eyes as well. I'm gonna put a little white in my waterline. I love putting white in my waterline when I am doing like really... Did I put white under as well? That wasn't meant to happen. But I love putting white in my waterline when I'm doing like a little bit more dramatic looks. I just feel like it looks so pretty, but now I need to fix that. Okay, let me fix this little mistake here. My little oopsie. There we go. There we go. There we are. Okay, it's time for the multichrome. And the multichrome is the shadow here, which is called double-sided. It is a green. I don't know if you can see here, but it is a green to a gold to a pink, and I don't know if you can see it in this direct lighting, but that's what it is. I'm putting it on my brush here, and again, if you want to see some swatches, if you like want to see everything up close and in more different lightings, my video with the swatches did go up. Oh, so pretty. Did go up yesterday, so check back on yesterday's video. It's going to be linked in the description box as well if you want to see swatches. But oh, that is... I love having these like multichromes and duochromes that have a sheer, like they don't have a base color. They're like sheer, but just with the multichrome pigments. They are so beautiful and versatile because you can put them on top of anything, or you can use them like this in a halo eye, and you can put them a little bit over the other shadows, and it's just gonna transform and give your look so much dimension. And then when you get into sunlight or when you get into different kinds of lights, it's gonna shift color, and it's just so pretty. So I'm just putting this, I didn't spray this color, by the way. I didn't spray it, I'm just putting it on all in the middle and a little bit up here, just dotting a little bit on the edge, and I am pulling it a little bit over. You can see it's turning a little bit peach here when I'm putting it over the pink here. Just putting it a little bit over the colors that we put down. And that's gonna be the look. I am gonna use a little bit of a pencil brush, and I'm gonna use the color Hellfire, which is like a light peach, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of that here to just have a little brightness in my inner corner. I'm not spraying this either. I'm just putting a little bit. So I do like having something light in my inner corners, and I think we're gonna do that. But yeah, that is gonna be the look. I'm obsessed. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is the look with just like mascara, and I haven't put on any false lashes yet. I do love me some false lashes, so usually I put that on, but I think it looks really good with just mascara as well, right? I feel like this is just a really pretty look, and I wanted to make sure to show you because like I made this palette with all of these different combinations in mind, and I wanted to make sure to show you that this is not a one-trick pony. Like this palette can go in so many different directions than just green. This is the first look, and I love how this is looking. I wonder if I can like put on... Will it show if I put on the flashlight? Oh, there you can see the green here. And there's the peach. Right? The green and the peach. It's just that like when you're filming like this, you're filming in like pretty like direct lighting. It doesn't really show anything else but like the more goldy that's like in between. But when you move around with a multichrome, when you go inside, outside, when you go into the bathroom, and there's usually those like lighting that comes from above, you'll be able to see a multichrome in all its different stages, and it's just such a fun shadow to have on your eyes because it literally is like a different shadow in each room that you're in. But I am really loving this look, and this came out exactly as what I envisioned and what I've been like, because I've been trying these looks out, you know, trying to see like exactly what I wanted to do, but I really just wanted to show that you can go in a totally different direction with this palette if you want to. If you don't want to do greens, if you feel like you want to do something else, you can definitely do something like this. Time for look number 2, and I want to use this color that's called Wolf, which is this like, it's like a mustardy, slightly green tint to it, but it is like a mustard color. So I'm gonna use that one in the crease, and I'm gonna pack that all into the crease, and then we're gonna deepen it up with the soot color, which is that like dark color. I just wanted to, I don't want to say like, oh, it's so easy to do a green look with this palette, but it is. There's so many green options, but I also like, I want to show how versatile this palette is by showing you like the different options that you could do when you don't feel like a totally green look. You can see this is like a mustard, but it has a little bit of a like olive undertone. It's just such a nice color. I wanted to have different like colors that you could put in the crease to take the look in different directions in case you want to be more on the brighter green or the yellowy spectrum or the grungier, like whatever you felt like you wanted to have. I wanted to give you the options. So I'm gonna do this in the entire crease, and I'm also gonna do it under my eyes because this is basically gonna be the main color. I love this, love like a grungy mustard like this that has a little bit of a green tint. Yum. Ooh, and I didn't light my lamp back there. Who do I think I am? Let me fix that too. I just love how this like mustardy color looks. Like this could be a look. This could be a look and we could be out the door, and I just love this color so much. This was one of the first colors that I approved. I was like, yes, we're definitely doing that. Now I'm using, with a smaller brush, I'm using the color Soot, which is that blackened plum. And it is gonna pull a lot more brown together with this yellow. Remember in the other look, we used it together with the pinks, and then it pulled a little bit more on the berry side. Here it's gonna pull a little bit more of a grungy dark brown because we are blending it into that yellow. And that's why I decided to go with this kind of a dark color, because I knew that something this tone would be versatile enough to be used with all of the mattes in this palette. So you can see here, like it's looking a little bit more on the brown side. So I'm just putting this in the socket of my crease. I'm like really pressing it in, blending it in, and I am gonna blend this into the mustard yellow. I'm gonna put a little bit under my, I think I'm gonna put a little bit under my eyes as well. And then we're gonna do that duochrome on the lid, and then the matte yellow in the corners. Just doing a really grungy, more yellow leaning look. Because we did something more like happy pink with the happy pink with the other look, and now we're doing something really grungy and more like those like more mucky colors, which is something that I really enjoy, and I am so happy that this is what we're having. So excited. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the Wolf, and I am gonna blend these together, and then we can do duochrome all over the lid. So far I've only blended one side, but I wanted to show you like how it looks when you blend in that dark sooty, well, it is called soot, but that like dark smoky plum into this like mustardy yellow with a green undertone, and you can see it just turns into a bitter chocolate brown, and you can really get that grungy feeling. So if you just swatch this shadow, you will see the purple undertone, but if you start mixing it with shadows that's not like has a purple or a pink in it, it will go and shift into other directions. So I just wanted to show you like what you could do to manipulate this shadow to make it work for you in different ways. So I'm gonna do this with the other side as well, and then we're gonna use River, which is that like duochrome, and it is this is the first shadow that I said this is what I want, and I'm so happy because this sample was revisited quite a few times, and I'm so happy that we are where we are with this shadow because it is So stunning. Okay, it is time for the color River, which is a plum, like a plummy base with a teal lime shift, meaning that it's some lights it's the teal, and then you shift in other lights it's a lime, and then you have that plum base on the bottom. I'm gonna spray this because I don't want any fallout, because I already have my face makeup on. And usually when you spray like duochromes or multichromes, you get them to show up a little bit more like even, and you can truly see the shift. And here you can see, I mean, you see the purple base here and you see the teal coming, and like I said, in different lightings it will show up more on the lime side, and on other lightings it will show up more on the teal side. But since it has that plummy base, it will just like blend in perfectly with this dark shade to create a really fun like smoky look with this like shift eye. I love it. I'm just putting this all over my lid, and since I did put on quite a lot, I'm getting just a little bit of fallout, and I'm just tapping on the edge so that it like blends in a little bit with what we have going on in the crease. And I will take the small brush that I had the dark color, and I will just use a little bit on the outer corner to have these two colors blend into each other. But you can truly see the purple base and then the teal shift, and like I said, it will show up a little bit more lime in different lightings. It's just a really fun color that really ties this palette together with both the plum and the teal and the lime. It just works so beautifully with so many of these shadows, and that's how that's gonna look. I think it's so pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit of the matte yellow that's called Rebirth, and I'm gonna put that. Look at how pigmented that is. Do you hear my dog? He just doesn't want to be anywhere else but where I'm filming. But this is so pigmented, and you know me, I'm crazy about a matte inner corner highlight. But this shadow is, like you can see, it's pigmented enough that if you have a fair skin tone, this is definitely a crease color. Or if you are of a light to a deep skin tone, this is either a inner corner highlight or a lid color. I love a matte lid color. Imagine using these like pinky plums in your crease, and then this like yellow as like a matte lid color. That would be so stunning. So yeah, we're doing this kind of a look, and let me just put some mascara on and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. But I'm just such a big fan, and I'm so happy that I was able to do something that to show you that this can be something totally different as well if you want to keep it a little bit more on the neutral but still grungy side. This is the look with some mascara. I think everything looks really pretty. I really like the look. I'm gonna try, I think I have something like light yellow or like vanilla yellow that I'm gonna put in my waterline. I just need to do some digging. I need to do some digging, but I'm gonna put something like that in my waterline. I'm gonna put some kind of a half lash on because I've been so into half lashes, and then I'm gonna, you know, brush my hair, zoom out, and we can look at this look a little bit, you know, from afar. I'm a Monet. You need to take a couple steps back. But let me find that eyeliner and I'll be right back. That is the finished look. That is the second look with the palette. And I know that this is probably a little bit more neutral than like what I would go for, but sometimes I like a grungy look like this. But this is mainly like, I want to show you that this palette can go in different directions. Because you look at this and you're like, wow, this is so bright, but still this is what I created with using the mustardy one and the dark plum one and this duochrome that is right here. And this is me. I like a palette that has a color theme, but I also like having options so that I can go in different directions. And that's just what I wanted to create for you, to be honest. And I just love playing around and finding new color combos. And I hope you really enjoyed this one. And I'm gonna do a third look. And obviously we're going in with the greens because I love greens and this palette is a really green palette. So let's do a really green look. And if you want to see more looks, there is going to be a fourth look on my Instagram coming real soon. And there's also going to be a fifth look coming in an upcoming Get Rid of Me, just so you know. But let's get in to look number 3. Third and final look for this video. Like I said, I'm gonna do more looks later, but I am definitely doing something green. We're doing something green. I'm gonna start with this one here, which is like a transition shade for me. It is called Moss. Where can I put this one? It is called Moss, and it is like a nice lighter grassy green. So it is a warm green, but it's not especially yellow tone. It's just a lighter to mid-tone, like grassy green that is just not too dark, and it is like not a cool tone green in any way, shape, or form, but it's also not very yellowy tone, this specific one. If you want to have more of a yellowy tone one, I would recommend the one that's called Underworld, which is up here. You can tell that that one has a lot more yellow in it, and your look will definitely pull a lot more yellow with that one. I'm just gonna put this in my entire crease, and I am gonna blend it on the edges. Oh, green make me so happy. Colors make me so happy, but I'm just so excited to be playing with the greens today. So pretty. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this in my entire crease, and I am gonna blend the edge upwards, and then we're gonna deepen it up with that dark foresty yummy green. I'm just gonna deepen this up. I'm using a smaller brush that is still very, like, you can tell it's like flimsy and a good blending brush. It's just a lot smaller, and I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner and the crease with this, and then we're gonna go in with the shimmers all over the lid. So I'm not too concerned about making the lid perfect, because I am gonna have the shimmers all over the lid. I'm using a little bit more of the moss color, and I'm gonna blend on this edge here to make this one as smooth as possible. And I'm gonna use a little bit of this dark color under my eyes as well, but you can see the difference now. I'm not 100% done blending, but you can see the difference between without the dark color and with the dark color. I just love deepening up looks a little bit, and I think that you get so much dimension and like just life to your looks by just doing a little bit of darkness in your looks. But obviously this is pretty as it is as well. I just prefer a little bit more drama, but like it's optional. Like you can do such a nice look with just the moss color and like a shimmery green on the lid as well, and just some mascara and out the door. Adding a dark color is just literally adding a little bit of drama. But let me put some under my eyes as well, and we can go into the shimmers, because I literally want to use every single green shimmer in the palette. I'm so excited. I think I'm at the level of blending where I want to be. I mean, I can't blend away the wrinkles and the divots. That is impossible. There's no blending to help with that. So I am just gonna go this green to this like almost yellowy, like you can see that this one, it's like almost like a light yellowy green, and then you have the more like limey olivey one, and then you have the grass green. I think I'm gonna start with the grass green. And we'll just work our way. We'll just work our way through all of the greens. So I am gonna, oh, look at this. Oh, it's such a nice, wait, let me actually spray just because I don't want any fallout. I spray all, like I pick up the shimmer and then I spray the brush when I have the shimmer on, and it's because I don't want any fallout, because when you do that, most of the shimmer will end up on your eye and not under your eye. So I'm just gonna pack this on here in the outer part of the lid. Look at that grass green beautifulness. I'm not too worried about blending or making it perfect or anything like that, because I'm gonna put on all the shimmers before I do that. This one is the Golden Bridge one, which is the olivey green one, and I'm putting that on the inner like half. So it is like a warmer, lighter green here. I love having more than one shimmer. Sometimes it's nice to just do one shimmer and be done, but I also love doing more than one shimmer, because it really creates such dimension in your look when it goes from one shimmer to another. So I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna show you that I'm just gonna put the other color on the inner part of the lower lash line and the inner corner. And also with the small brush that I did the Ouroboros with, I'm just blending a little bit in the outer edge here and just a little bit in the crease to make sure that all of this is looking like it flows together. Okay, so with a pencil brush, I'm taking fluorescence, which is that like yellowy green. This is more of a chartreuse than it is like a green, to be honest. It is like a light green with a lot of yellow in it. And this one is extra sparkly, which is something that I really like. Not glitter, but it just has extra sparkle. And there is a cat hair here. I could see it. I lost it. Maybe it's part of the makeup look now. But I'm just wrapping this around my inner corners and I am making it flow a little bit into this here. But you can see that it's just like a little bit more sparkly and it's definitely like brighter. This is a brighter for sure, and I'm just putting it a little bit under here as well. I love putting a really like light shimmer like on this part of the inner corner. I think that's so pretty. But yeah, this is gonna be the look. I am so excited. Let me just do a little mascara and I'll show you what it looks like before I put any falsies on. So this is the look before I put the lashes on, and I mean, I really love it. I love this look. I think it's so pretty. It's bright green. I mean, this is what I had in mind when I started creating the palette, together with that like duochrome with the purple green duochrome. That was like my initial idea, so I'm so excited about like how everything is turning out. I mean, honestly, I just love something like this. I love that you're able to take it to this level of green if you really want to. So yeah, I am gonna finish this up and we can have a fun chat about the looks. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is the third of the looks that I'm doing right now with the Hela palette, and I have so many more looks in mind. I will definitely show you more things. Before this palette launches, there will be at least 2 more looks, one on Instagram and one on YouTube. And I, of course, will film even more looks. Please let me know down below what you would like to see, because for me, there is a million options in this palette and I would like to show you as many of them as possible. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will have a playlist where I will put where people do looks with this palette so that you can get different like just suggestions and inspiration of how you can use this palette once you get it. And yeah, that's gonna be everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting this channel, liking, commenting on my videos. All the info about the launch, like I said, and the things that I'm wearing is gonna be down in the description box. And if you want to see the swatches and hear all about the backstory and all of that, that's gonna be in yesterday's video. The link to that is also in the description box. So yeah, I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you like the looks, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I will see you tomorrow for new makeup releases. Okay, bye!